Thousands of people hurled tomatoes at each other in an annual tradition in eastern Spain.
Trucks drove through the main street of the city of Buñol.
120 tons of tomatoes were trucked in for the Tomatina festival.
This little thing right here is responsible for what I'm about to get myself into.
In my never-ending quest of putting myself through the craziest experiences this world has to offer, I naturally came across this, La Tomatina, an annual tradition that is one for the history books. Quite literally, it is the largest food fight in the world.
And of course, I bought myself a ticket, but there is one problem. It's all the way in Spain.
Going to Spain, baby.
And now, I am proud to say, I have landed in the home of the Latinas. But first, of course, I'm gonna have to introduce you to the team. Yeah, it's just me this time. All the boys bailed on me for this one. This is actually a solo trip, which is pretty weird to think about because I've traveled all through the world and every single one of them has been with a group. So this is gonna be interesting, but I'm looking forward to it.
My story starts here in Valencia, Spain, a beautiful coastal town on the Mediterranean.
I gotta say, I'm loving it here. Life is good.
There's a beach, good food, and whatever this is. Before diving in headfirst, I thought it would be a good idea to do some research and see what the reviews were like on La Tomatina. Let's say I came across a few negative ones. Worst experience ever. We were all in danger of being pushed over and trampled by the mob of people pushing and shoving. Massive disappointment. The crowd crush is intense enough to make you genuinely worried about what would happen if you slipped and fall over. La Tomatina 2017 was simply chaos and had no idea what was happening. It was the worst day ever.
Okay, so there's 3 goals to this trip. Number 1, make it to La Tomatina and don't get trampled to death. Easy enough. Number 2, quite possibly find someone along the way to join me through this madness because everything's better in a group. So far, no one speaks English, so that might be a little bit difficult. And that brings us to number 3, quite possibly the most difficult and important one yet. Don't fall in love with a beautiful local woman here because if you love watching these videos and that happens, well, this might be the last one. All right, vámonos.
It's game day. And we're off. The sun's literally not even up yet, but I gotta walk 20 minutes to meet where the bus picks me up. Almost.
At this point, you might be wondering why this all even happens, or how it even all started. Well, it's hard to pinpoint the exact true story, but it goes something like this. It's 1945. 2 farmers are taking their daily stroll through the markets of Buñol, but for whatever reason, these 2 end up getting into an altercation, which causes for one of the 2 to tip over a vegetable stand. This ensues chaos, and ultimately starts a street brawl where everyone begins to throw tomatoes at one another. Those involved had no idea at the time that they just started a nearly century-long tradition of the world's biggest food fight.
Did you hear that? That just got me hooked. And one of the reasons for that is because of the music I chose to create this video. If you're like me, scrolling for hours on end just to find the perfect song, and then you finally do, but there's one little problem with it, well, now those days are over.
Now, I gotta be real. This new feature has been a lifesaver for me. So many times I've found the perfect song, but there's one little thing about it that completely ruins it. Let's say I wanna use this song right here. But for some reason, I didn't like the vocals. With the stem feature, I can now use this new button to open up the song and individually pick the instruments I want to use. All that's left to do is download the ones I like, pop it into my editing software, line it up, And now it's the perfect song.
Whether it be vocals, drums, piano, any instrument being used in that song, you can individually download it now. Now making it much easier to make your videos more engaging. Anyways, back to La Tomatina.
While on the bus, I was able to achieve goal number 2, find some people along the way to join me, and I found some fellow Canadians.
Bukro, how many people are you hitting today?
At least 20.
20? That's it?
At least.
That's it? How are you, Chris?
One. Him.
Come on.
20,000?
20,000.
Is that what you said?
Oh, Melissa's going 20,000. Every single person here.
Every single person.
I think with a camera in my hands, I think I might hit a solid 3. 3?
Yes.
Now, up until this point, getting to La Tomatina was easy, but you would think something as simple as getting your wristband to enter the festival would also be easy. Well, you would be wrong. For over an hour, we walked endlessly around the Buñol streets, searching for where to get my wristband.
But hopefully this is it.
And then, it finally happened.
Let's go. Finally got the ticket. La Tomatina, here we come.
Surprised you guys waited, to be honest.
I'm starting to wonder, I'm like, fuck, is this guy
That
gonna
was
come back or what?
the biggest mess I've ever seen.
She got it.
Time to go in.
One thing I forgot to mention, I hate tomatoes.
you picked the wrong activity then, if you ate tomato.
They're drenching her too. They're covering her in water.
Hello, Habon. To climb up this pole, it's 3 stops that has a hammer on top, and once people grab it, La Tomatina officially starts.
As the tradition goes, before La Tomatina can commence, everyone takes part in palo habon. A ham is tied to the top of an 8-meter greased up pole, and willing participants will climb up on top of each other to reach the top. And let's say, things get a little crazy.
Kian, it's your shot, buddy. Let's go, let's go. Ready for this?
Back. I was insane.
So close. So close.
Maybe halfway. So close. So close.
And after attempt and attempt, it was clear we were gonna be here for a while. You know, today wasn't the worst experience ever, or a massive disappointment. Yes, it was a giant squished mob, but from my point of view, today was a beautiful celebration that brought tens of thousands of people all together from around the globe just to smile and have a chance to act like kids again for a day.